the whole auction right now because IPL auction is over, and we'll talk about the wrap of this IPL auction. First up, we will be talking about the most costliest player, Mitchell Starc. We'll also talk about Pat Cummins, but we'll take team after team and we'll wrap up this auction. First up, we'll take in Chennai Super Kings because Chennai Super Kings got in some really interesting players, especially Daryl Mitchell. Let's talk about Daryl Mitchell and Chennai Super Kings, Sahil. We got Daryl Mitchell in CSK, Sameer Rizvi, again a very interesting name, Shardul Thakur, Mustafizur Rahman and Rachin Ravindra, two New Zealand players. What's so special about these two players and how this auction has solidified Chennai Super Kings for another season?
So Daryl Mitchell clearly for someone like Ambati Raidu and Ben Stokes, and Rachin Ravindra clearly for someone like a Moeen Ali whose availability is still not sure. So I think they fill the right players, they used the right players to fill the right slots available, and it was not mindless auction dynamics at play. They knew what they wanted, they went after it, got it, and right now look the most sorted squad sheet on paper, at least.
Absolutely. It looks good that they have done really good work at the auction table today. Next up, we have Gujarat Titans team. Gujarat Titans were the most seen team in the auction today. Srini, what about Gujarat Titans? They have got a new captain and they really wanted to look forward to some players who can fill that void that was created when Hardik Pandya moved to Mumbai Indians. Do you think that all those slots have been covered pretty well?
Pretty well. I don't know. See, Hardik Pandya alone by himself was pretty irreplaceable in many ways. If you were to kind of So I think, and outside of Hardik, I would like to think that Gujarat Titans were more or less a pretty settled squad. Finalists, final winners in 2022, finalists in 2023, riding high on confidence.
So they have been really good in that sense.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, they have been really good in that sense in the last two seasons.
Yeah, so I'm saying that the momentum itself is good enough to pull them off in 2023, 2024, and give them a good year once again. So I really wouldn't. They couldn't have done anything to replace Hardik.
Yeah.
So I think they used the money well.
They used the money well, absolutely.
Which they got with the sale of Hardik Pandya. And that's that. They just have to get past one season before they go back to mega auction.
Absolutely, good business strategy.
I also believe that Shubman has been given the captaincy. It's only for 1 year.
Okay.
I don't think many people know about this.
Okay.
The captaincy is only for the 2024 season.
Okay.
After which a fresh call will be taken.
Okay.
So that tells us many things about how it could go anywhere.
Okay, so this is something big that captaincy to Shubman Gill has been given only for one season. That's IPL 2024.
I mean, it's not like he wanted a long term. I mean, everybody will take a call.
Exactly, and a fresh call will be taken after this season. But let's have a look at the players got in by Gujarat Titans in this IPL auction. Spencer Johnson, Shah Rukh Khan. Interesting name there. Umesh Yadav, Robin Mins. We were all, mincing our heads around this name, that who's Robin Mins. But Gujarat Titans did their homework well and they've gotten him in this auction. Then they also got in Sushant Mishra, Kartik Tyagi, Azmatullah Umarzai and Manav Sudhar. We were talking about, one team that why they always, think something, do things differently at the auction table, and then everything goes haywire while the tournament is on. Well, there are a few names, on that chart. I mean, each and every person here can think of a certain team, but that one team is Sunrisers Hyderabad. Yeah. They do things good at the auction table, but then something or the other turns upside down at the auction table and then during the tournament as well. But do you think they did a good job, Sahil, this time around?
I think they had one of the better auctions they've had in the recent past. Getting Pat Cummins, Travis Head, I think kind of adds a lot of stability and solidity to the squad when it comes to both batting and bowling. So I think they look pretty sorted on that front, and they already had someone like a Bhuvneshwar Kumar. You had the spin department sorted with Mayank Markande, Washington Sundar. So they weren't a bad team. It was just that it wasn't getting together. And now with Travis Head at top of the order, Pat Cummins doing the job with the ball, and probably one of the leadership options, you have Aiden Markram, Henrik Klaassen. So that's a formidable squad. It just needs to have the right get the right direction and not much interference and let the cricketers do their bit.
Yeah.
They should be one of the title contenders for sure. On paper, they look a very formidable team.
Yeah, on paper they do, but what about the ground? Well, we'll see that in IPL 2024. But on paper, they've gotten a big player. That's Pat Cummins for 20.50 crores. It's a huge amount. And one thing that everybody's waiting for, will Pat Cummins get the leadership role in the upcoming season or not? Or will it be with Aiden Markram only? That's a big question. But quickly, the players that they got in this auction are Pat Cummins, Travis Head, Jaydev Unadkat, Vanindu Hasaranga, Jataved Subramanya and Akash Singh. Next up, we have another interesting team, and that's Royal Challengers Bangalore. And one question this time as well. Chetan, will they get the title with this kind of team or not?
Which team?
Royal Challengers Bangalore.
If you want a very short answer, because we've had a very long day, no.
Yeah.
No.
No, full stop. That's Chetan's answer. Chetan, but do you think they did a decent job in this auction or not?
They spent 11 crores on a pacer, and the first quote they are coming out and saying कि अगर Starc पहले आए होते तो हम Joseph को नहीं लेते. Tells you everything. They didn't want Joseph. They're stuck with Joseph. Best of luck to RCB.
Best of luck to RCB. They have gotten Alzari Joseph, Yash Dayal and Tom Curran. So that's that for Royal Challengers Bangalore. Srini, what about Rajasthan Royals? Another Royals. They've gotten Roman Paul. Obviously, very interesting name. He was that one player who got in Crores at the very first set in the auction. And then they have got Shubham Dubey. Another interesting name who's been got in by this team for 5.80 crores, and then we have this Tom Cadmore. Now, two interesting names, Powell and Shubham Dubey. Do you think they did a decent job, the Royals?
I don't know how exactly would they justify 7.4 crore to Roman Powell, other than what these guys mentioned, you know, the connection with their Caribbean Premier League franchise. Maybe if that's some parallel they were looking to draw from a very off-field standpoint, I don't know. I mean, like I'm pretty ill-equipped to answer that. But outside of that, I really don't see how he was worth 7.5 crore. Other than that, you know, pretty negligent buys. And again, RR, I think it's been a trend with RR. You know, it's you go into the auction, you make a buy. The year you buy the team, you look very good, and then somehow you just tend to like kind of, you know, go beating around the bush, like kind of, you know, by the time the 3-year cycle is over, you start looking for the next auction.
Yeah.
I think RR has reached the stage now where I think all their attention is to the mega auction that will happen next year. So whatever the mindset they came here with today was like, just round up, because more or less our core is intact, kind of a thing. I don't see any relevant buys.
Just the two ones, you know, they've just gotten 3 players in this auction, and 2 names that made the headlines today for Rajasthan Royals. That's that. Next up, we have Punjab Kings. Now, Punjab Kings have got in some really interesting players, because now when I read the list, you will get to hear some names that you wouldn't have heard quite often, and these players are Harshal Patel, Chris Wokes. These 2 are the players who have been heard quite a lot, but apart from these 2, we have Tane Tyagarajan, Prince Chaudhary, Vishwanath Pratap Singh, Shashank Singh and Ashutosh Sharma. And all these 5 players have been got in by Punjab Kings at their base price of 20 lakhs, which means, Sahil, that Punjab Kings have shown their trust in young talent, the players who did well in domestic circuit, and now they are showing some confidence in them.
I think more than that, what is striking is the fact that they are going to stick with most of the players who played the last season for them. That's why they went shopping for these kind of players, because not all of them or many of them are going to be in your playing 11. So if that is not going to be the case, this has got Chris Wokes and Harshal Patel. So these are the only 2 players I see making to the playing 11. Prince Chaudhary, Ashutosh Sharma, Tane Tyagarajan, I don't see them making the playing 11 even once during the tournament.
Yeah.
So that drives home the fact that they are going to stick to the 11 more or less which played the last season for them, and Harshal Patel and Chris Wokes are just an attempt to plug those holes in the bowling department, because lot was being expected only from the likes of Arshdeep Singh, because both Kagiso Rabada and Nathan Ellis weren't that consistent with the ball.
Exactly.
So I think that's what they wanted to address with Chris Wokes and Harshal Patel now.
Well, let's see what's their strategy for the upcoming IPL season. Next up, we have Mumbai Indians. Mumbai Indians have gotten a new captain this time. So it's going to be quite interesting to see this team in the IPL season. They have tasted success the most number of times, but here in the IPL auction, did they perform well? Let's hear it out from Chetan. What do you think?
You know, we'll look at different teams. कि उन्होंने क्या किया again, which team are we talking about?
Mumbai Indians.
Mumbai Indians. So I mean, we look at different teams which needed particular players. Yeah, I just got lost with the players which are being shown on the screen. So we look at teams which have done exactly what they needed to do, and I think Mumbai will be very happy with the kind of paces that they've got.
Yep.
They came with a specific target in mind. Probably wanted Mitchell Starc as well, but did not have that kind of budget because they've overspent with the player transfer.
Yeah.
But I think the first thing they wanted to do beyond the change in captaincy was get those pacers in.
Yeah.
And I think they've done a great job with that. So it gives them a lot of leeway in terms of alternating their overseas picks.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think they'll be happy with the. Is it a title-winning team? I'm not sure because they'll need a lot of things to click for them, especially with their batsmen, in terms of their form and scoring those runs. But they'll be happy.
We'll have to see that in the coming season,
yeah. But
right?
what I mean is,
well.
yeah. But what I mean, yeah, with the new captain as well. But what I mean is that they'll be happy with, and just we're talking about they've got those players up, so they'll be very happy with.
The players that they have gotten.
They've got.
Quickly, Chetan, we'll move to Lucknow Super Giants as well. Now, Lucknow Super Giants entered the bidding arena a bit late, but they have gotten the players that they must have really wanted. They've got Shivam Mavi, M. Siddharth, David Willey, Ashton Turner, Arshin Kulkarni. Obviously, they have gotten players, some unheard names as well. Now, the other team, that's Kolkata Knight Riders. Everybody was talking about Kolkata Knight Riders because they had the maximum number of slots to fill in. They've gotten Mitchell Starc, obviously a player who has made the buzz, the costliest player in the history of IPL. Mitchell Starc for 24.75 crores. We all have had a huge, discussion or like long chat around Mitchell Starc, so won't be going there. But other than Starc, they've gotten Rutherford, Chetan Sakaria, KS Bharat, Ramandeep Singh, and Ankrish Raghuvanshi. So they have also solidified their team, especially the bowling front, and they'll be looking forward to how Mitchell Starc will perform for them. Next up, we have Delhi Capitals. Delhi Capitals has also been very interesting this time around. Kumar Kushagra, that's one really interesting player for them at a price of 7.20 crores. Then Jay Richardson, this player also sold to Delhi Capitals for 5 crores. Harry Brook, overseas batter. We saw Harry Brook in the shades of orange the last IPL, this time around with Delhi Capitals for 4 crores. Then Sumit Kumar, Tristan Stubbs, Rasik Dar and Ricky Bui. So,
sorry to interrupt you, Suramya. Just right now I noticed Delhi Capitals have 5 wicket keepers now.
Yeah.
In the squad. 5 wicket keepers.
Yeah.
My God.
And Rishabh Pant might actually.
And
be
Rishabh
fit.
Pant also there.
No,
Well,
but he might actually be fit, so they might not.
Rishabh Pant is playing.
Yeah, and they will not use those 5 wicket keepers. So.
Please go ahead.
That's interesting, and Delhi Capitals have always given that fun element in IPL auction this time as well. They tried to be in that bidding wars with a lot of teams and then they didn't take up that paddle. But it's interesting that they have gotten 5 wicket keepers, as Sahil mentioned. But one team that really did their work well was Chennai Super Kings, and it'll be quite interesting to see how Gujarat Titans and Mumbai Indians play up and form their playing 11 because they are now with the 2 new captains, Gujarat Titans with Shubman Gill and Mumbai Indians with Hardik Pandya. So that's that. We all enjoyed this IPL auction and had great fun. But don't forget that this IPL auction crossed the 20 crore mark with Pat Cummins and Mitchell Starc. Mitchell Starc is the costliest player in IPL history. history
Nuwan Tushar.
with 24.75 crores, and then it's Pat Cummins with a 20.5 crores. So this IPL auction was a lot about Australian players and also New Zealand players. But when we talk about New Zealand players, Chennai Super Kings were good enough to steal them. That's all about today's auction. Hope you all enjoyed our live show and hope you all enjoyed our live streaming of the IPL auction. That's that from our side. Thank you so much, Sahil, Srini and Chetan for joining with us, and thank you everyone for joining with us on this platform.